EA Sports and the United States Golf Association are proud to present a national championship. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the U.S. Open Championship. It is one of the most difficult golf courses in the United States. Oakmont Country Club outside Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo, who was a part of that dramatic U.S. Open in 1994 at Oakmont, ultimately won by Ernie Els. Frank, when you think of Oakmont, what comes to mind?
The difficulty of the golf course, Rich. I know a lot's changed over the last 20 or so years. A lot of the trees are being removed. But really, that wasn't the story of Oakmont. It's the slick greens, how firm and fast they can be. The members there, for example, they marvel at the fact that people think they're fast. They say we putt on these greens every single day, and they're certainly no slower. But it's the bunkering as well. There's 210 bunkers here. They're all in play. And it just has that history. When you step on Oakmont, you just know you are walking on not one of the great courses in North America, but one of the great courses in golf.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. What a nice shot. Right on the green and a pretty easy putt on the way. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. You get the sense now with that birdie that our young star, so explosive, is setting himself up for a big weekend run. We are at the par 5 12th here at Oakmont. This is a big par 5 at 667 yards. That is a fantastic long shot.
There's no way he could hit that without a tail breeze. Surely that breeze had to help there.
Down, lay down. Getting set for this next shot from the rough. What does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are, because that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
And it makes the green in regulation. Well, he's going for back-to-back birdies here, trying to jumpstart this round.
Some momentum moving in the right direction.
Nice birdie and a nice little move on the leaderboard, getting to 2 under par. A lot of excitement here. Let's take you out to the action once again at the 13th. As we catch up with our featured golfer, Frank really putting together a solid round.
An important stretch of holes coming up here late in this round too. And to post a score makes such a big difference. That score will stand in good stead at the end of the day.
This one looks right on point. Excellent shot to within 10 feet. Settles in over the putt.
Oh, how did that miss?
Are you kidding me? I mean, that one was dead center. Par attempt here. Continues to hold that sizable lead on the rest of the field. The reason Oakmont has hosted so many U.S. Opens, Frank, as you well know, is it has a really good blend of holes, and now we come to a short par for it, 358 yards, the 14th.
You can see the predicament in front of you, bunkers left and right, but really the bonus here is if you can get the ball on the fairway with just something like a long iron off the tee, this is one of your best scoring opportunities at Oakmont. After it like he is here.
Just amazing what they're able to do with that golf swing. Hit it so far at that size. Not overly big, but man, can really move it a long ways. Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker. You know how to play this shot, Frank, right? You keep your chin up, you look down your nose at the ball, you have to pick it cleanly, and keep your head still. Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th.
It's no snack, though.
He'd settle for par here. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Nice par to remain at 2 under. Frank, you surprised to see that name on top of the leaderboard?
I am surprised to see the name, but not that style of golf leading. It was great performance, especially tee to green. You don't often see people start that quickly.
Maybe.
EA Sports and the United States Golf Association are proud to present a national championship. Today, it's live second round coverage of the U.S. Open Championship. Take a look now at the 10th hole, Frank. Par 4, 462 yards.
Yeah, this one can play a lot of different distances. And the reason why is if you can sneak a driver to catch the downslope, it can run all the way down. You can have just a wedge in here. If you're not as fortunate and you leave it hanging up on that hill, it plays a good 200 yards for your second.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Should be pretty good right there, on the safe side. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Getting set now over the putt.
That birdie has to feel even better, Rich, with everything so tight at the top.
Right in the middle of a Donnybrook at this point. Par 4 11th is 379 yards as we continue the backside here at the U.S. Open at Oakmont. Frank, what's the strategy off the tee here?
You're hitting something that goes about 240, 250 yards maximum.
上矢印これ最近秀樹が使ってるからちょっと流行ってるのよ。
Rough is certainly to be avoided as that big gaping bunker at the front of the screen. Green's perched up a little bit, so this is another one where if you can hit an iron or a utility club off the tee, you must find the fairway.
No fairway here. This one in that rough.
Nice shot.
Rich, so often we've seen weird things happen at the US Open. The late Payne Stewart, the ball moving on the 18th green. Too often they push the player closer and closer to the edge, but it's often what defines a champion in our sport.
Well, I think at a U.S. Open, the USGA is testing a player as much mentally, psychologically, as they are physically. And inherent in that is the idea that golf wasn't always meant to be fair. How do you deal with that bad break? You're going to let it affect you the rest of the round, or you're going to put it behind you and continue to move forward? The U.S. Open to me, Frank, has always been about kind of the climb up Everest. It's not going to be easy. There will be setbacks along the way. The idea is to make it to the top of the mountain.
And that's why when they etch that name on the trophy, it's there for more than one reason.
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that? Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot.
Safely on deck.
And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up. Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long.
Voilà.
On the way. Oh, what a putt from long distance, bottom of the barrel. Well, the par 5 12th here at Oakmont is no cupcake. It measures in at 667 yards.
うまい。ふふ。天才だわ。
This is straight at it.
It's a really good line. Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
How did that not go in?
Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Well, Frank, you hear it so often. This is a game of dealing with your miscues.
That's the beauty of this game of golf.
Voilà,
You give it, and it taketh away.
That's a bogey, but still in the lead.
It's where we start to see shots in hand really valuable.
14, pretty short par 4
も
at
うゲームじゃなく
358
て
yards.
実際
Frank?
の映像
Get
を
the
見て
ball
る
in
みた
play
い。
here, and certainly your best opportunity for birdie on the second 9 so far.
Look at this. Look at all the power in that coil. Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You'll need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
スーパー EX。
Siegel makes everybody else look sort of average, Frank.
And look at the size of that lead on the leaderboard now.
So all the scores have been posted for round number 2, and look who is on top of the leaderboard, Frank.
Yeah, with 2 very solid rounds of golf. Key right now, just stay out of your own way and keep it up. The pressure will start to build. We know that as you get closer to the end of this tournament.
Voilà.
EA Sports and the United States Golf Association are proud to present a national championship. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the U.S. Open Championship. Well, Frank, the par 5 12th here at Oakmont, it's a lot of golf hole at 667 yards.
It's the hardest par 5 I've ever seen or played that doesn't have water. It starts with that tee shot. The whole fairway slopes left to right. Just to get the ball on the fairway, you've got to draw the ball against the slope. The same problem exists with the second and the third shot.
That is a monster hit right there. He carried that more than 350 yards. Well, this is the kind of wind that separates the great players from the average players. You really have to be strong to handle these kinds of winds.
基礎ウッドアズプロフェッショナル
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. This requires a lot of speed through the ball. On the green in regulation. Locked in on the read and the speed. Can't wait to write those on the card. 1 below par. Chalk it up, it's a birdie. From a long par 5 to a relatively short par 3. We're at the 13th at Oakmont, 183 yards. Frank?
Another hole, because of the shape of this green, that you're almost breaking down into 3 sections. That front little circle you can see, the bit in the middle or the bit at the back. You're trying to play to one of those 3 sections. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it. Could have been a lot worse. That didn't finish up too bad.
No, just on the fringe, so he'll still have an opportunity to knock this one in.
Second shot.
このコース一番難しい
Well, this is how you build a good
英
round,
語の
Frank.
読み
You
上げ
just
ちょっ
keep
と
hitting
発音
greens.
違うけど読み上げますね。
Now a 7-footer.
Really, Rich, right now it's just a case of running out of holes. Pars are fine.
The reason Oakmont has hosted so many U.S. Opens, Frank, as you well know, is it has a really good blend of holes, and now we come to a short par 4 at 358 yards, the 14th.
You can see the predicament in front of you, bunkers left and right, but really the bonus here is if you can get the ball on the fairway with just something like a long on off the tee, this is one of your best scoring opportunities at Oakmont. He's winding this one up. Does he have the power?
Couldn't have done much better than that. An eagle is very possible. Little redemption chance here. Had bogey yesterday. Really hitting on all cylinders now. 9 under for the tournament. Well, this is a good U.S. Open par 4 at 499 yards. The 15th is one of the better holes in the course, Frank.
It is. The shape of the tee shot you think would suit a cut, but because the fairway slopes quite severely to the right, really it needs a draw just to work its way against that slope and somehow keep it on the straight and narrow. That club must have melted after that one.
It's a big shot right here. Second to the 15th hole.
Oh,
can't hide the flagstick from that man. Settles in over the putt. Makes the putt for a birdie. Frank, that front page of the leaderboard has been looking good all week.
You're exactly right, Rich. I think our winner is certainly going to come from that list right now. I'm excited for tomorrow's final round.
EA Sports and the United States Golf Association are proud to present a national championship. Today, it's live final round coverage of the 115th U.S. Open Championship. Take a look now at the 10th hole, Frank. Par 4, 462 yards.
Yeah, this one can play a lot of different distances. And the reason why is if you can sneak a driver to catch the downslope, it can run all the way down. You can have just a wedge in here. If you're not as fortunate, you leave it hanging up on that hill. It plays a good 200 yards for your second.
paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on the easy birdie.
Really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. Par 4 11th is 379 yards as we continue backside here at the U.S. Open at Oakmont. Frank, what's the strategy off the tee here?
You're hitting something that goes about 240, 250 yards maximum, hopefully keeping it out of that right rough. And the reason why that right rough is certainly to be avoided is that big gaping bunker at the front of the screen. Green's perched up a little bit, so this is another one where if you can hit an iron or a utility club off the tee, you must find the fairway.
So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
Voilà.
Well, that's what the great ones do. From the rough, they use their skill and their strength to get it out and get it close. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. In the hole and a birdie. Now at the par 5 12, 667 yards. Frank, you've played golf around the world at the very highest level. I've heard you say you think this is one of the hardest par 5s on the planet. Why?
The slope of the fairway, you don't get a flat lie anywhere along that, and the green slopes away from you. So really there's no easy out. This is the only par 5 I've ever seen where the best players in the world would take a 5.
Frank, absolutely perfect. Ball sitting up. This gives him a chance now to do some damage.
It does, and this gives him an advantage over the rest of the field.
Wheat is too good.
And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up.
アンコール。
Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good.
コロンコロン、わら。
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never
惜し
know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the course.
Did the job right there. Here at the par 3 13th, we're ready to tee off. It's 183 yards.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament. Rich Lerner back with you at the 14th hole at Oakmont. And this is a hole that offers up a pretty good scoring opportunity, a short par 4 at 358 yards.
Smokes it.
Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. And he has it for birdie. All teed up at the 15th. It's a par 4 of 499 yards. Interesting, with the almost space-age advancements in golf equipment, what with new, lighter materials, and with the increased focus on fitness and strength, players are hitting the ball longer than ever. That has forced architects to lengthen the golf courses without sacrificing the integrity or the shot value of the original design. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Will make birdie if this drops. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in. Really solid stroke.
On to 16 now, a 231-yard par 3. Frank, earlier in the day, we were talking about how this round was pretty much off the rails. I'm shocked that he's put it back together.
Yeah, he looked early on completely out of it.
He'll be pretty happy with that one. About 20 feet away, in a good spot. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. That's just downright embarrassing. On the putting surface, and now off on the fringe. Wow.
Dang.
Really has not been bothered all day long by these strong winds. Good play so far.
Ravine.
That's a bogey, but still in the lead.
We start to see shots in hand really valuable.
We are coming down to the wire here at the U.S. Open Championship at fabled Oakmont, and the tension's starting to build. And Frank, this is decision time at this very short 313-yard par 4.
And normally in a U.S. Open, Rich, you'd think the prudent play would be lay it up, but I kind of like driver here today. I think the worst you're going to do is just miss the green or hit it one of those pop bunkers. You perhaps could drive it on the green, be putting for eagle, but even out of one of those bunkers, you got to think you're even money to get it up and down. I like driver here.
That one was running so hot. Second shot coming out of the rough here.
飛ばしますね。
Frank, you've played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself that it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
You'll love them, the birdies. That's another one. Frank, you know this as well as anyone, having competed in and contended in U.S. Open championships. An 18th hole at a U.S. Open is supposed to be tough. A par is supposed to be hard won. This has all the elements of a great finishing hole, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if you could use the word fair, but you would say it's a just finishing hole. It's right, because it extracts the best you'd ever want to see out of a champion. Someone that could basically stand on that tee, gather their thoughts together, thump something down the fairway, then come up with a second shot that's nearly as challenging as the tee shot, and then somehow two-putt. You do all that with the lead, you deserve to pick up the US Open trophy.
I am seeing it no wara from ho wara a wara.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity to win the U.S. Open. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Good putt.
お疲れ様でした。
Frankie's done it. One of the biggest prizes in the game.
The US Open has always been considered golf's toughest test. There's golf's toughest champion.
ご視聴ありがとうございました。にっこり。